Sound, share.
Announcing the arrival of World Travelers Toastmasters Club number 079679339.
We have proven that we do not have to be in the same room to be united, to encourage each other, to succeed, and to celebrate together.
We just let people in from the waiting room. We have a few more people there. Now then, what do you get when you combine leadership, resilience, and a whole lot of heart? You get Tamami Nagayama, a woman who doesn't just wear many hats, she makes each one shine. Tamami joined Toastmasters in 2020 and has since become a powerhouse of service and inspiration. She's led as club president of TGIF Toastmasters, served as area director, club coach in District 33, and most recently guided members as vice president of education at World Travelers Toastmasters Club. Her journey is a testament to what happens when courage meets commitment. Tamami is a full-time professional at a third-party assurance company in Japan and a proud mother of 4 daughters. Yes, 4 daughters. She's living proof that if you want something done, give it to a busy mom. Her favorite quote from Marcus Aurelius: "You have the power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Tamami embodies that quote every day with honor, humility, and like a spark, she lights up every room she enters. Please join me in welcoming the president of World Travelers Toastmasters Club, Madame President Tamami Nagayama.
Thank you, Ram, all the way from UK. I'm humbled and honored to welcome everyone to World Travelers Toastmasters Club combined meeting with Anatolia Toastmasters from Türkiye. My name is Tamami Nagayama, President of World Travelers Toastmasters Club. I would like to give our deepest gratitude to Dilip, past international president, and the meeting organizer, Phoebe, our VPE, on behalf of everyone. World Travelers Toastmasters Club is an online club with members from more than 15 countries around the world. We are a multicultural club. We respect and enjoy cultural differences while pursuing our Toastmasters mission. We fly passportless to have combined meetings with clubs around the world and to learn from each other, because each Toastmasters Club has its own uniqueness and strength. And that's what we've been shared in the combined meeting. We've been sharing in the combined meeting. I'm pretty sure today's meeting will be another fascinating one. I would now like to pass my lectern to our Toastmaster of the evening, World Travelers Club's most renowned member, TED Talk speaker. Please help me welcome our Toastmaster of the evening, Kim Lo. Kim, take it away. You're muted.
Yeah. Thank you very much, President Tamami from Tokyo. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from all our distinguished Toastmasters and guests from all over the world. It's indeed an honor to be here. And today is a very special day. We are privileged and honored to have our past international president, DTM Dilip, to be with us today to present the keynote address. More of that later. So, very important in Toastmaster, the club mission. Each and every one of us here is to provide a mutually supportive, positive learning environment for every individual members to have the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skill, which will in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. And each and every one of us here is doing exactly that. And our purpose is also to bring people to Toastmaster to develop their oral and leadership skills. And of course, our founder, Dr. Rafsi Smartly, founded this organization on 22nd of October 1924. That is coming to be next month is our 101 birthday. So this slides is for June 2004. We got more than 270,000 members worldwide in 148 countries, more than 14,200 club, and increasing every year, every month. Demographic, club type, and the members distribution is as seen on the slides here. Very quickly, we are very proud of in World Travelers Toastmasters Club. We are chartered on the 11th of March 2022 in District D80 based in Singapore. And we have been president distinguished every term from 2022, 23, 24, and now 25, 26. We are on the road to president or smartly distinguished. Well done and congratulations, members of World Travelers Toastmasters Club. So we have, in every Toastmaster meeting, we always have 3 sessions: table topics, prepared speeches, and project evaluation. In today's meeting, we have one additional very special session, which is the keynote address by DTM Dilip, our past international president. So allow me to introduce the role player. First is Ziva Boyce, DTM, and she will tell us her role and introduce the word of the day. Over to you, Ziva.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Toastmasters of the meeting, Kim Lau. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Silva. I will be serving as your grammarian. So, basically, my role is to take a note any grammatical errors that everyone may speak when deliver their speech, which I think it's normal to make mistake in English, especially if English is not our mother tongue. It is not my mother tongue anyway. So I'm here to help you. So I will be an attentive listener to you all. And I would like to actually introduce the word of the day, which is persistent. It's an adjective. The meaning is continuing firmly, in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition, or continuing to exist or endure over a prolonged period. The example in the sentence is that WTC members stay persistent in building a club and achieving the President Distinguished Club. I have to make a correction, and achieving smartly distinguished club. And also, other than that, I also will take a note for any beautiful phrases from each of you. That to be all, and I'll be delivering my report during the evaluation session before we end up the meeting. Over to you, Kim Lau. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ziva Boyce, for explaining to us the grammarian role and the word of the day, persistent. I do encourage everybody to use the word persistent when you speak. Next, we have the R counter. And that will be our President Tamami Nagayama. Over to you, Tamami, to explain your role.
Thank you. As an art counter, my role is to help us become more aware of these sounds that distracts our message. These include so, like as you see over here. And throughout the meeting, I will persistently listen to everyone who speaks these filler words and crutches. And at the end of the meeting, I will report the number of filler words or sounds used by each speaker. This feedback is to growth and to help become more mindful of our habits in using these filler words. Over to you, Kim.
Thank you very much, Tamami. Next, we have timer, which will be present and be Dian Haliusari. Over to you, Dian.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Dian. Today I will be like your timer. My role as a timer is to monitor and report the time of all meeting segments. So please pay attention with the changes on my backgrounds. For today's of the day, the time is 5 to 7 minutes, 5 minutes green, 6 minutes yellow, and 7 minutes red. For keynote speech, the time is 15 to 20, 15 minutes green, 18 minutes yellow, and 20 minutes red. For private speeches, 5 to 7 minutes, 5 minutes green, 6 minutes yellow, and 7 minutes red. For icebreaker, 4 to 6 minutes. And for table topic speaker, 1 and 2 minutes, 1 minute green, 1.5 minutes yellow, and 2 minutes red. For evaluation, the time is 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes green, 2.5 minutes yellow, and 3 minutes red. I will share my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dian. And finally, a very important person in any meeting, our general evaluator. Oh, sorry, a minute. Let me get a slide. Melton.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. Dear Kim Love, Toastmasters Kim Love, it is great honor and privilege to work combined meeting with World Travelers. It is great honor for Anatolia Toastmasters members. I will try to observe our meeting and I will share constructive feedback at the end of our meeting. My privilege and honor. Over to you, Kim Love.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Melton. And next, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat. Today, we are privileged to have our fellow Toastmaster from Turkey and Anatolia Toastmaster Club in Turkey to present to us and introduce to us what Turkey is like. I always have a plan to visit Turkey. It's in my bucket list, and I definitely will visit Turkey one day. And may I invite Sabit, Toastmaster Sabit, to introduce Turkey to us. Over to you, Toastmaster Sabit.
Hello, Toastmasters Kimlo.
Yes.
I don't know if Sabit has attended, but he was running late.
Oh,
Sabit,
she's
are you
running
here?
late.
Yeah.
Should we do it after the keynote or?
Hello.
Oh, he's here.
Hello.
He's here
Oh,
actually.
he's here.
listeners.
Okay,
No,
he's here.
no.
He's here.
I'm here, but I'm on the way walking home. I'm not available actually. Just I joined to observe. Let me few minutes. I think in 20 minutes I will be home. Then I will join you. Okay?
I tell you, Sabit, Toastmaster Sabit, we shall move on to our keynote address first, and then we'll come back to you. Would that be okay with you?
Yaz 3000, 5000.
Okay. So we're going to change the agenda a little bit, and we are going straight ahead with our keynote address from our past international president, DTM Dilip Abayasekara. So ladies and gentlemen, before DTM Dilip present, let me just introduce a short bios on DTM Dilip. DTM Dilip excelled in both communication and leadership track, and is as a past international president, he has already proven the leadership track. And Today he is here with us. Today he's here with us, and to do one of his favorite things. And the thing is to inspire and edify every Toastmaster around the world. His keynote today is peeking behind the curtain. What goes on into creating an international convention? A lot of us didn't get to go to the international convention. Now we get to have a behind the curtain peek from DTM Dilip to tell us what it is like. So fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome DTM Dilip, an accredited speaker and past international president.
We welcome the 2025 International Convention Host Chair, past International President, Distinguished Toastmaster, Dr. Dilip R. Abayasekara.
Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Toastmasters International Convention.
Thank
Over
you.
to you, DTM Dilip.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Kim Loh. And thank you, World Travelers Toastmasters, for inviting me to share a little bit of my experience in sharing the 2025 International Convention. I am going to switch over to slides. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. So you see this corkboard here. That is a representation of the theme that we had for this year's convention. Envision your next steps. May I see by a raise of hands how many of you were able to attend the 2025 convention? A few of you, wonderful. And I know that I met some of you, delighted that you were there. And I'm hoping that you will take this message back to your home clubs and encourage them to get to know the wider world of Toastmasters beyond the club experience. Some of you will be planning your own district conferences. So the principles that I share with you that we followed for the convention, use what will be beneficial to you as you plan your own conventions, your own conferences. As you know, when we are planning to do something, one of the first things to ask is, what goals do we want to achieve? What are our goals? So here were the big picture goals for the Toastmasters International Convention. Build a sense of togetherness. Here we are at World Travelers. I understand we represent about 15 different countries. That's wonderful, amazing. But that's what we try to do at the International Convention, build that sense of togetherness. Also to kindle vision. Vision is so important so that we have a purpose to drive towards in what we do. Awaken passion. Without passion, there is no fun. Awaken the passion that people have, not only for their own growth, but for the growth of their own club members. Convey knowledge and resources. During the convention, are we giving knowledge and resources to our members so they can grow their clubs and grow themselves? Build pride. Take pride in who you are as a Toastmaster and what Toastmasters International presents to the world. Increase hope. There are enough things going on in the world that we can get depressed. But with Toastmasters, we have hope and strength and commitment. It's not necessary just to have hope, but to build commitment so that we say we will do what we say we are going to do. And then remind us of the Toastmaster program's purpose and meaning. Purpose and meaning. If you have a purpose to wake up in the morning, then you will do well that day. If you have no purpose, you'll be meandering around without any goal in mind. So purpose and meaning of Toastmasters. The World Travelers Toastmasters Club has been President's Distinguished from the start. And I would venture to say that part of that success comes from having a purpose and meaning for your club meetings and for your club members. So these were the big picture goals for the Toastmasters Convention. Let's see how we went about trying to achieve them. First of all, we had to look at what we were facing, what are some of the logistical challenges to bring together people from around the world in one gathering. Here were some of them. My team, which put together the convention, had to work effectively with about 160 volunteers, 19 board members, about 25 World Headquarters staff. We were all gathered together to work towards one goal. We also brought together district leaders from about 100 districts. Bring them together and train them. We conducted semi-final speech contests to find 8 finalists for the World Championship of Public Speaking. Conducted 14 regional gatherings from the 14 regions around the world. We also had people running for office, for international director and international officer positions. So we had to provide opportunities for voting delegates to interview them and for the candidates to talk with people. We put on a candidate showcase, provide networking opportunities for all attendees. We shot for about 1,500 people. Arranged Toastmaster lunches, knowing that they have multiple food preferences. Right? So how can we meet those? And provide opportunities to celebrate your own culture in a mix of cultures. And all this within 4 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, of the Toastmasters Convention. So keeping these in mind, we went about creating the program that would deliver this. And of course, we wanted to recognize district and personal achievements. So what did we do to bring people together? Here are some of the things. Opening ceremonies. One of the favorite events at the convention is the flag parade at the beginning, when every country that has a Toastmasters Club is represented by someone bringing in their flag. And for me, this is an inspirational point when I see almost 150 flags coming up on stage and people standing and cheering. We invited people to carry their national flag and to wear their native dress in doing that. Give people a sense of pride and a sense of belonging to our international organization. After the opening ceremonies, there was a first-timers reception. We always pay attention to our first-timers. Make sure that they feel welcome, wanted, and valued. Our international president and our CEO addressed them, welcomed them, and told them how to make the best use of their time at the convention. Later on, we also had a global reception with people in their native dress. And then one of the popular items that happens after 10 p.m. at every convention is the sing-along. I wonder whether anyone watching this participated in that sing-along. Did you? Do you raise your hand if you did? And if you haven't been to one, I encourage you to come to the next one. And it's the sing-along is where you just sing a song or share a poem or even a story from your country so that people enjoy that multicultural connection that we make when we are together. And it doesn't matter whether the song is in English or Chinese or Russian or what language you have. We want to hear it and we enjoy it. And then Toastmaster lunches provide an opportunity for networking. So we had people sit at round tables, get their lunch, talk and share. These all bringing people together. How do we go about giving information and resources for clubs and districts to do some vital things? And among the most vital are growing membership, increasing clubs, and developing their personal selves. So these were goals that we have, and we created an educational program which included future boards. What's a future board? It's about asking yourself, what do I want to achieve in the future? Put it into words and put it on a board so that you stare at it, you look at it, you start thinking about what steps you're going to take to achieve it. We had a person who had written a book on future boards, and she shared her expertise and led people in exercises in how to go about achieving their goals for the future. Corporate Club Clinic. We have found that all corporations want to develop their employees' communication and leadership. And so we have an open door to bring the Toastmasters experience into corporations. And this clinic was designed to help us learn how to approach corporations, build clubs in there, and develop them. Club growth on a budget. For clubs that say, well, we are really limited in our budget, we don't know how to grow the club, this was designed to help people see that you can grow your club regardless of the budget if you are determined, if you're persistent, and if you really want to do it. Club growth on a budget. We had someone who has done that very well, and actually she was my club president, came and presented there. Value-added membership, meaning Toastmasters is not just about giving speeches and receiving evaluations. Toastmasters is a whole lot more, as you know yourself, if you've been in Toastmasters for a while. It's about growing the person, developing ourselves, and helping others develop. We talked about that. Becoming distinguished. Becoming distinguished both in person and for your club. What are the secrets? We are all busy people, so we had to address that. In your busyness, don't burn yourself out. Give yourself room to be quiet, to learn, grow, to reflect, and become. This dealt with that, dismantling burnout. We also had the Road to Leadership. Road to Leadership was a workshop designed to show people how they can grow in their leadership journey in Toastmasters. and then the Golden Gavel address given by a distinguished communicator and professor who gave us a simple formula that we can all follow to be more effective communicators. So you see how we created an education program that would address all these. If people get something of value from the convention, it's because we have thought about it and made sure we provided them the resources and the knowledge to move forward on their journey. How do we increase excitement, passion, and commitment? A very important part of any conference, right? People must be happy they are there. They must get excited and share with each other. So these were some of the items that we had in the International Convention. The opening ceremony, as I said, we had the flag opening ceremony, but we also had an opening keynote that was packed with energy and power and excitement to get people started. As you know, we are all volunteers. How do volunteers get paid? By appreciation, right? Yeah, by recognition and appreciation. And so we have the Hall of Fame, very important part of the convention. And it should be of your own district conference. And then we created products and put them in the convention store so that people could get these products, take them with them, and those products would continue to be ambassadors of this excitement, passion, and commitment that we create. The most popular product was the teddy bear. We had a teddy bear with a t-shirt saying love, because we were meeting in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. But store products, things that people can take back with them and remind themselves of the excitement of the convention. Then, of course, speech contests. We had 4 semifinal speech contests, followed by the World Championship of Public Speaking. More on that later. Elections at the annual business meeting. Involvement of volunteers, very important. When people feel that they are being used for a great purpose, they get meaning out of it. And, of course, the president's inauguration. There were tasks assigned to committees and committee chairs. These are the 18 different committee segments that we had for the International Convention. You will not have this many at your district conference, but we combined these 18 to 11 committees, and then we appointed committee chairs for each committee, and then we had volunteers serving to help make those happen. This is a mind map of the entire convention. It's too complex for you to actually go through, so I've broken it down into smaller pieces. We had the World Headquarters Marketing and Education team seeing to all of this. If you had more time, I could go through each one of them. But these are the things that had to be done, and we had these assigned to people to make sure they got done. Then we had the MPT, Meeting Planning Team from World Headquarters, whom I work directly with, and they are the ones who did the lion's share of the work as shown here. All these things had to be done at any conference or convention. I'm going through fast because of time considerations. The TI convention host chair, that was me, and I got a liaison to help me. But these are the things that we did: recruit and appoint committee chairs, work with the meeting planning team, research and recommend speakers for the education program, respond to member inquiries, forward inquiries to the meeting planning team, and so forth. Attend and participate in meetings, and then at the convention, we had specific things to do. I circulated, and I was the face of the convention, greeting and meeting people, thanking them for their help and encouraging them along the way, deliver a welcome speech, deliver a thank you speech. And then after the convention, we had debriefing, both written and oral, so that we could learn lessons from that and pass it on to the next host chair. And there were World Headquarters liaisons and board members involved in a lot of the work. We had an International Leadership Committee called ILC involved way before the convention, interviewing candidates. And then district officer training was set up. Board candidates were introduced, board briefing, candidates corner. We had a candidates showcase, annual business meeting, regional gathering, accredited speaker program, World Championship of Public Speaking, President's inauguration, President's celebration. So much to do, but we had almost over 200 people involved in carrying these out. That's the key, to have people and have them working together. And we had outreach events, as I mentioned, first timers gathering, global reception, Smedley events, which also raise funds for our research and developing Toastmasters around the world. The advisory committee of past presidents, who gather every year at the convention and support the board, convention store, and the sing-along, as I mentioned. So this is putting it all that together. Again, my mind map to show how everything worked together. What are the leadership lessons we learned? Identify potential roadblocks and set up solutions to them. For example, we knew that we would have members who would need visas coming from outside the USA. So we had a letter of invitation going to people who applied for that, and that letter of invitation was customized for them so they could take it to the consulate to get their visa. There are people with financial limits, so we offered a reduced registration fee if people wanted to sign on online. And then we had one-day tickets for just people who said, I just want to come for the World Championship. I live close by, I can't afford the full ticket, but I can come for that. So we had one-day tickets for that. And we found that you have to communicate, and don't use only one avenue, use multiple avenues to get the message out. And know that you are working with volunteers, not paid staff members. So show appreciation to them. And be as organized as possible. Value time and value your time. So these were some of the leadership lessons we learned, and I share them with you so that you can see what are some of the things that you could apply for your own conference. Here are some other ones. Track progress, adjust plans as needed, celebrate successes. Find out what the key positions are and appoint capable people for those. Because we had capable people, when things started getting difficult, they stepped up to the challenge. It's all about people. And know that you can't control everything. There were some things that happened, for example, because of some international tensions, people from a certain country didn't want to come. It's okay, accept that. Don't insist on controlling everything. Just go with what you can control. Seek feedback and prepare your successors to succeed. So already next year's convention chairs have been talking with me, and I've been sharing information with them. And they are also talking with World Headquarters people so that they be prepared to have an even better convention. That's what we shoot for. Just like World Travelers Toastmasters is shooting not for presidents, but for Smedley Distinguished, you always ask, how can we do better? And how can we achieve that? And the importance of core values, common core values. Our core values keep us together, regardless of where we are in the world, how far we are located. It will always work to keep us together. Our integrity, respect, service, and excellence, all working together. So here are some slides I'm showing quickly about to give you a taste of the convention for those who are not there. This was our opening keynote by Anne Bonny. This was our Golden Gavel winner, From Silence to Brilliance by Matt Abrams. These were two of the World Headquarters people I worked very closely with, and they were excellent and key parts for our success. Wendy Roberts and Brandy Milo, and missing is Jordan Anderson. I owe them a great deal of gratitude, debt for all the work they did. Yeah, that's me at the opening ceremony. I got the privilege of carrying the home country's flag into the opening ceremony. And you recognize some of these beautiful people here from World Travelers, but we had people from so many different countries wearing their country's native dress and celebrating together. And at the Hall of Fame, I was so delighted that my native country, Sri Lanka, was number one, and then we had several other districts celebrated for achieving distinguished and beyond. Here are some pictures of the Hall of Fame. You can see the pride, the happiness, and the excitement as they celebrate their success. That was District 27, this is District 18. I happen to belong to that too. There I am in the corner. And one of my dear friends from India, Kadripati, receiving his presidential citation. So when individuals excel, we want to recognize them. And the World Championship that we had all been waiting for, it was won by Sabyasachi Sengupta, Region 10, that's in Europe, in Amsterdam. And second place went to Mas Mahathir bin Mohammed from District 51. I know we have someone from District 51 here. Congratulations. And then third place went to Alan Angboon Kiat from District 87, Indonesia. So you can see the whole world is represented in our successes. Accredited speakers, we had no one pass this year. It's one of the toughest things to achieve. And these were some of the accredited speakers who came for the gathering. Top 3 officers of Toastmasters International now. Our incoming president, Alita Rocha from South Africa. Our international president-elect, who is Stefano McGee from Boston, Massachusetts, USA, and Gauri Seshad from India. We are truly an international organization. And that's the welcoming address or the opening address by the newly elected international president, Leta. And then we closed with the final event, which was a dinner and a dance. That's Alita Rocha and her husband, Rory. And there's a bunch of people there on the dance floor. So that was the international convention. It's time for me to stop talking, but I hope that you have got a taste for what goes into an international convention, a peek behind the curtains. And I wish you the very best as you organize your own district conferences. I hope this has been helpful for you. I wish you all the best as you continue on your own Toastmasters journey. All the best. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, GTM Dilip, for the insight and the peek behind the curtain on how an international conventions are put together. It's definitely a humongous task, all the coordinations of 150 countries, delegates from 150 countries, and all the little things that you need to do to make sure everybody had a good time, enjoy themselves, and at the same time learn as much as they could in this convention. So
Thank you, Toastmaster
tremendous
Kim.
effort. Congratulations in putting on a very successful shows for all the delegates in the convention. And thank you for sharing the detailed insightful and informative sharing. So whoever is going to organize the next convention, we can go to you and get some real tips on what to look out for, what are the challenges, and what are the goals that we should set. Thank you very much again. Lots of learning, people. Put that in mind, and you always know who to look for. You want to learn how to put together a tremendous successful convention. So thank you, DTM Dilip. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll circle back to our section by Toastmaster Sabit, that is a visit to Turkey. So Toastmaster Sabit, are you ready?
Are we giving the...
You can. I'm ready.
Yes, okay, over to you. Show us Turkey. We're looking forward to it. Take us on a tour. Oh, just before we do that, we do have a cert for you, a certificate of appreciation. Give me a few seconds. We're going to provide the cert first, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Can somebody spotlight DTM Dilip so that we can take a picture? Okay. Can somebody help take the picture? Yeah.
I did it.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much.
Yeah. All right. Toastmaster Sabit, over to you. We are very excited to see Turkey.
Right now, I can show just my home, not Turkey. I hope when you come here, I would like to show you all
Yes.
Turkey. Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you for giving me this chance introducing my country and Istanbul. Today, I want to talk about Istanbul. Just before talking about Istanbul, I want to talk about myself. Who am I? I am Sabit Koyun. Sabit Koyun. I am a tour guide working in Istanbul. But I'm not from Istanbul originally. I'm from south of Turkey. As you know, if you've been to Istanbul, located in the northern west of Turkey. Here, I am doing tourism. This is my business. And because Istanbul is very popular city, one of the most popular cities in the world, that's why I want to talk about Istanbul. Because we don't have much time. If I start to talk about all Turkey, it may take a long time. That's why I just want to talk about Istanbul today. Hopefully, next time we talk about Turkey, and I will be happy if I meet you here in Turkey. Hello again, dear members of Toastmaster. So, as I told you, I'm in Istanbul from Istanbul Anatolian Toastmaster Club. Just 3 weeks ago, I joined this club, and I'm very happy being part of this club and being here in front of you. Because Istanbul is very popular, today I want to introduce Istanbul, why it is very popular. Why too many people coming here to Istanbul? Istanbul, because was a capital of 3 empires: Roman Empire, Eastern Roman Empire, and Ottoman Empire. And you know, before starting, I do tour in Istanbul especially. I ask my guests, before they are asking me a question, I'm asking them, which city is the capital of Turkey? Because everyone answers, most of them who come here first time, they say Istanbul, because Istanbul is biggest city and most popular city of Turkey, but this is wrong. Istanbul was the capital of Ottoman Empire, not Turkish Republic. And let me ask you, what is the capital of Turkey? Ankara.
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 Yes, yes. Of course, some members living here, they know. So many people know Istanbul as the capital of Turkish Republic, but officially Ankara is our capital. Istanbul is biggest city of Turkey, most popular city, very big. Population of Istanbul around 20 million. Population of all Turkey 90 million. Imagine just Istanbul 20 million, almost 1/5. Ankara is the capital, official capital, just 6 million population of Ankara. So that's why anybody who comes here first time, they consider Istanbul as a capital. Istanbul is financial capital. Why it is very important? Why too many people coming here each year? Just let me tell you, last year around 20 million tourists visited Turkey. 20 million. Just not Turkey, Istanbul. Around 40 million tourists visited all Turkey. Just Istanbul, we welcomed 20 million tourists. But why? Why so many people are coming here? Why it is one of the most beautiful cities, most popular cities in the world? As I told, because it was the capital of Roman Empire. There are many monuments from the Roman Empire. If you come to Istanbul, we can take you to Sultanahmet Square. In Sultanahmet Square, we can show you some monuments like Hagia Sophia from Roman Empire. And we can show you some monuments from Eastern Roman Empire, because when the Roman Empire was divided into East and West, Istanbul became a capital of Eastern Roman Empire till 15th century. And in 15th century, 1453, this city, thanks to the location, located in very crucial strategic location, control the Bosphorus natural waterway passage between connects east to the west. The Ottomans came here in 15th century and conquered this city. They made this city as a capital for Ottoman Empire. So in same area, it is very interesting. In same area in Istanbul, we can see some monuments from Roman Empire, from Eastern Roman Empire, and from Ottoman Empire. This is very interesting, actually. That's why when the guests, tourists come here, they surprise when they see some churches, Islamic symbols at the same place. It is a very big thing. That's why, and also not just for this, people come here. Istanbul is not just historical city. We have many natural places as well. And there is the only in Istanbul a strait which connect, which separate Istanbul European side from Asian side, because Istanbul located in European continent and in European side and Asian side. There is the Bosphorus Strait which connects Asia to Europe. There is the only Bosphorus Strait which separates Asia from Europe in the world. Bosphorus Strait, 33 kilometers, connects Sea of Marmara with Black Sea. So that is why location is very important. That's why Istanbul became a capital of three empires. Because if you control Istanbul, you can control the sea, Sea of Marmara and the Black Sea, and especially Bosphorus Strait, because anybody, warships, trading ships passing through the Bosphorus has to, who are going to Black Sea to the east, has to pass through the Bosphorus. So the city Istanbul, thanks to the location, became very popular. That's why each empire, Roman Empire and Ottoman Empire, tried to control this city thanks to the location. And thanks to three empires, Istanbul became very rich in architecture, with the churches, with the mosque, with the synagogues, because all kind of people from all religions and nations, people were living here, still are living here. This is Istanbul. I didn't check the time. I can talk more, of course. I would like to talk more, but we have limit. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's red light already. It's a bit, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much
Yeah.
for your attention.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sabit, to give us insight into Turkey. I know I've read a lot about it, haven't been there, but I love the history of Turkey, you know, the Ottoman Empire. I read a lot about that, and one day hope to visit to see all those sites. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. I'm very happy
Right.
for being here.
We'll definitely look for you the next time you're in Turkey. Yeah?
Yeah, of
So,
course.
ladies and gentlemen, we'll move on to our next segment of the meeting, and that is the prepared speech. We have 3 dynamic speakers with us today who will be sharing their speeches of different level. Let me invite our first speaker. That it will be Esin. Esin from Anatole Toastmaster Club in Turkey. She is doing presentation mastery level 2. 5 to 7 minute speech, and her evaluator is Ada Jidado, and her title is Failing Forward. Failing Forward. Esin, Esin, let me just do a little bit of introduction of Esin. Esin is actually an actuarian and statistician. She got 15 years experience in both government and private, focusing on insurance. Joined Toastmaster in January 2025. Very new Toastmaster, just about 8 months old. Currently VPE of Anatolia Toastmaster Club. Esin is committed to growth and building cross-culture connection. Fantastic platform for doing that as Toastmaster Esin. So Toastmaster Esin, are you ready? So if you're ready, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hand together for Toastmaster Esin. Her speech title is Failing Forward. Failing Forward, Toastmaster Esin. Over to you.
Do you know how many muscles a person has on their back? 40. Yes, 40. Whenever I give a speech in front of an audience, my back really hurts. I feel each muscle every time. Hence, I hope that one day my 40 back muscles will finally be released from their stress jail. Thanks to Toastmasters. What makes my back hurt is anxiety. It's here, even in a safe place like this. And Toastmaster is a safe place. We clap, we cheer, we support. And yet, even here, sometimes I feel my voice trembling, my thoughts rushing, my hands little shaking. Why? Because behind public speaking anxiety hides something deeper. The anxiety of being unsuccessful. Think about it. The stress of giving a speech in front of an audience, a crowd, taking an exam, starting a new job, or even when your son's teacher calls you for a meeting that doesn't sound so good. They all come from same root. What if I fail? Once I gave a speech in front of a big crowd. After graduating from my master program at the university, I presented my research at a conference in Ankara. I was told that the presentation should be 10 minutes. I completed my speech in 20 minutes, far beyond the time given. At the end of my speech, I thanked the audience for listening and slowly walked down the stairs. Then I proudly sat down next to my professor. He was a very funny person. He turned, smiled, and said, "Well done, Esin." Nobody understood anything. Believe me, that hurt. But can you guess what hurt even more? My 40 back muscles. So I couldn't think about what he said at the time. Hence, it taught me something important. Not every attempt needs to be perfect. Not every trial has to be a success story. Sometimes it is the process, the journey itself that needs to be experienced. Or simply, the failure itself is the touch point. Each success sometimes takes you wherever you want to be. Each failure always does. Each failure builds the ladder to success. Let me give an example. Before, you could understand my stress, my anxiety from the color of my face. When I got excited or frustrated, my face went completely red. Now, I can hide it. I guess that I have succeeded in this at least. I am more comfortable on the stage now. And thankfully, a few months ago, I made a successful presentation of our project at work. Like I said, each failure builds the ladder of success. Each wrong step, each red face, each shaky moment, it becomes a step upward. And anxiety, as much as we hate it, is the proof that we care. We can learn to stand with it, walk with it, even laugh at it. I would like to leave you with a quote of Robert Greene. Knowledge, experience, and theory have limitations. No amount of thinking in advance prepare you for the chaos of life, the infinite possibilities of the moment. So, fellow Toastmasters, let us not fear anxiety. Let us walk with it, because every time we face it and move forward anyway, we are not failing. We are building our ladder, one step, one shaky moment, one red face at a time. Let us not fear failing forward. Madame Toastmasters, over to you.
Toastmaster Esin, amazing, inspiring speech. Each failure builds a ladder to success, something to be remembered. Well done, well done. Every failure, every step, every mistake, every red face leads us to success. Awesome. Thank you for that inspiring speech. Next, we have got Toastmaster Letitia.
Yes.
Yeah. Toastmaster Letitia is doing icebreaker, which will be a 4 to 6 minute speech. And the evaluator is Ashbo Shibanda. Title, Confusion to Confidence. Give you a little bit of introduction to Letitia. Letitia is a financial accounting manager, Bachelor in Finance and Accounting, MBA in Forensic Accounting. She's passionate about the outdoor, and she is constantly learning, adapting, and striving for excellence. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Letitia, one of our newest member, doing her icebreaker confusion to confidence. Confusion to confidence. Letitia, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Before I start, I just want to give a shout out to Sylvie. She's the one who introduced me to Toastmasters when she came last month for the convention in Philadelphia. So thank you, Sylvie, for bringing me to this wonderful team. I'm already excited. If you had told me a few years back when I was in Burkina Faso that one day I will be sitting here in front of you guys about to give an icebreaker speech, I would have probably laughed and just walked away. I wouldn't walk, I would have run away. But here I am. So my name is Leticia Diallo, and I would like to share a little bit about the journey that brought me from Africa to America. And like Miss Kim said, from confusion to confidence. So I was born and raised in Burkina Faso. It's a place, it's a small country in West Africa, a place full of community, tradition, and let me be honest, very little patience for excuses. So growing up, I learned the value of hard work early on. My parents, they didn't only preach it, they lived it. And I was reminded every single day that nothing good comes easy. You have to always work hard. You have to be persistent. But even with that mindset, I couldn't have imagined the challenge that was waiting for me across the ocean. So moving to the United States to pursue my education was one of the biggest decisions of my life. As much as I was excited, I was also completely unprepared for the cultural shock that hit me as soon as I landed. Let me tell you something. When people speak English, when they spoke English here in America, back then I felt like I needed subtitles, like I was watching, movies. They spoke so fast and they used slang. And the worst part, they laughed at jokes that I couldn't even understand. I remember during my first semester, I was sitting in class and just nodding like I understood what my teacher was saying. Inside, I was thinking, did she just say due diligence or do dishes? Which one was it? But thanks to Google Translate, I kept going. There were days I really wanted to give up, days when I felt like I didn't belong here, but deep down, I knew why I came here. I came to grow, I came to learn, I came to prove to myself that I could do something difficult. And I remember something that Bill Bradley mentioned in his book. I don't remember the title of the book, but he did say ambition is the path to success, and persistence is the vehicle you arrive in. So I guess at this stage, I'm on the vehicle. I'm not sure where I'm going yet, but I just have to keep going. So slowly, things started to click. I began to understand not just the language, but the rhythm of life here, the independence, the pressure, and also the opportunities. So fast forward a few years, I completed my MBA, and today I'm proud to work as an accounting manager in corporate America. Now, let me be honest again. Managing numbers is much easier than managing human beings. But I have learned that leadership, just like language, it is a skill and it can be developed. I work with teams, I do lead meetings, and I solve problems every day. But behind every spreadsheet and report, I still carry the story of where I came from and what it took me to get here. So you're probably wondering, if you already speak in meetings, why Toastmasters? The truth is, I want to speak with more impact. I want to tell my story with no fear. I don't want to lead not just with numbers, but with my words, and maybe even inspire someone who is still struggling with their own voice. Because I don't know what it feels like to be silent, to be small, how it feels like your accent makes you less intelligent. When in fact, if you look at it, your accent is just a proof that you're brave enough, you're smart enough to speak more than one language. So my journey is far from over. There are still so many things I want to learn about leadership, communication, and even about myself. I want to challenge the limit I used to put on myself. I want to take on stages, not just cubicles. I want to speak in a way that resonates, whether it's to 5 people or to 45. So, and most importantly, I want to give back. Yes. If my story can encourage even one person to keep going, to push through the discomfort, then it is worth sharing. So, from a small town in Africa to corporate desk in America, my journey has been full of challenges, but also full of grace. So I'm still putting together the puzzle pieces of who I am. And I think maybe I will always be doing that. But today, I'm not afraid of the missing pieces. I'm excited to discover them. And most importantly, joining Toastmasters makes me even more excited. So I just want to thank you all. Thank you, Toastmasters, for giving me this space, allowing me to speak, giving me the opportunity to grow and to be seen, not just as an accounting manager or an immigrant, and not even as a former ESL student, but why not a storyteller in progress? So thank you all. That's what I had to say. Sorry, I went over.
Letitia, we hear you, we see you, and you have definitely impacted us today. Beautiful
Thank you.
icebreaker there, Letitia. Your words resonate. And it does resonate with me, and I am sure it resonates with all the people in this room. So just keep speaking and keep impacting. Well done.
Thanks.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, our final speaker is from Malaysia, Parames. Parameswari Ramanathan, DTM. She's doing her motivation strategy, level 1, feedback and evaluation and feedback, 5 to 7 minutes. Evaluator David Craigin, DTM. Title, speech title is evaluate to motivate. Evaluate to motivate. Parames is a seasoned Toastmaster. I think she's already obtained her second DTM, if I'm not wrong. She joined Toastmaster in 2005, held various district and club exco roles. And the district, she was the district admin manager. And she is the current member of 2 clubs, one in District 102 and one in District 80, World Travelers Toastmaster Club, of course. So over to you, Parames. Evaluate to motivate.
Just give me a moment.
Sure.
I don't think I can stand and speak. It's a bit too far. So I'll be seated. Okay. fellow Toastmasters, in Toastmasters, public speaking and leadership skills can be developed by giving feedback, which is called evaluation. It is the heart of the Toastmasters educational program. No wonder we say, of all the spontaneous speaking skills gained in Toastmasters, evaluation is the most valuable. To evaluate, to motivate in Toastmasters, the evaluator should demonstrate your interest in both the speech and in the speaker's ability to grow as well as improve. When you evaluate, you make sure that you personalize your language and put yourself in the speaker's shoes before giving an evaluation. Avoid phrases like, you didn't, or you should have, or you failed to. When I had just joined Toastmasters, and it literally was 2 months after I joined, I delivered my second speech, Organize Your Speech, from the Competent Toastmasters Manual. And I spoke about a man who was a palmist. He used to read fortune. And in my conclusion, I said, fellow Toastmasters, do you believe in horoscopes, your future, and what is in store by a person who is able to tell you what will happen in the future? To me, he's not God. But I leave it to you, fellow Toastmasters. And I ended my speech. At that evaluation, the area director then stood up without even giving me one word of encouragement. Jumped straight to the deep end of the pool of evaluation and said, there was no transition. You did not have an opening, you did not have a body and a conclusion. And the worst of all, there was no message for any one of us to take home. I stepped back and said, I think Toastmasters is not for me. Fortunately, I had friends from the club that sponsored my club, and they encouraged me to continue on. And I'm glad I did. Now, young speakers look up to evaluators to gain confidence on their evaluation. But then I did not. What we need in the club is friends who will help you to come back and deliver a speech, even if you were not evaluated in a motivational way. Now, when you also need to stimulate improvement with helpful words like, I believe you could have done this. Or my personal view is, it could have been whatever that speech was. Or I suggest. So it will always mean that it is your personal opinion. You do not evaluate the speaker on the way the speaker was dressed, on the way the speaker stood, but you evaluate on the speech. In one of the clubs I sponsored, one of the senior members evaluated an icebreaker and said, Kimmy, the way you stood was wrong. You should have stood this way. You could have worn better looking clothes than you had today. That, fellow Toastmasters, is not evaluation. It is putting somebody down for the way that person is or the way she's dressed. We are not evaluating them on those aspects. We are evaluating them on the speech. You provide positive, constructive feedback as an evaluator to another Toastmaster who has taken the trouble to deliver his speeches after so much of effort preparing them. Provide the presenter with a point or points for improvement for their next presentation. Keep the evaluator's mantra in mind when you evaluate. Sorry. Sorry about that. Just 1 second. Okay. Keep the evaluator's mantra in mind. What I saw, gestures, facial expressions, eye contact. What I heard, vocal variety, emotional voice, expression, and genuinity. What I felt, you spoke from your heart. You captured the audience. In conclusion, fellow Toastmasters, motivate, recognize, and be a counselor. In conclusion, the speaker should always walk away from the meeting feeling motivated and eager to begin working on the next project. Motivation always makes a speaker want to persistently come back with the next speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Paramas, thank you very much
Thank
to
you.
remind us that as evaluator, we are there to motivate and make the speakers feel good after speaking, but
you.
also put valuable input. Thank you very much for that feedback and for that reminder that for every evaluator, that's what we need to do. So very quickly, we are going to present the certificate for the speakers.
Oh.
Okay, a minute. Sorry, wrong one. Yeah. So first, with for Isin, can somebody just spotlight her? Toastmaster Isin, a certificate appreciation for your speech. Okay, Phoebe, over to you. Can you just give me the cue when it's done?
Please show the certificate of Isin.
Yeah, it's I've shared the certificate. Did
There
you
are
see?
4 attached. There are 4.
Sorry?
The 4 attachments are seen in the
Oh,
screen.
sorry. Okay, all right. Let me just go and share again.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Can you see now? Full screen?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Next. Thank you so much. Congrats, Isin.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Leticia?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Big smile.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay. Phoebe,
Horatio.
done?
Yes, done.
Okay. And lastly, Parmas.
Thank you.
RMS. There. Thank you so much.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thank you for all the beautiful speeches. Now we'll move on to our table topics. A very exciting segment, and this will be led by our past president of the World Travelers Club, Joseph Sakoda. Joseph, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster the evening, or I would say the day, the morning, Kim Lowe. So
For
thank you so
you.
much for that. It's very interesting. We're here talking a little bit about the convention that we had, and it was great. And seeing Dilip sing at the sing along, you can't go wrong. You have to see that at least once in your life. So it's very interesting how we do things. But just a reminder, the word today is persistent. So I'm going to call upon 2 or 3, maybe 4 people persistently, and we have 1 to 2 minutes to get our point across. It doesn't matter what I ask. Just give us something inspiring to listen to. All right, you guys ready? Okay, I'm ready too. Well, the Hall of Fame. A lot of us know the Hall of Fame ceremony. Even our own districts have them. And it's dedicated to leaders and as well as our members. But if you could create, this is a question commonly asked, if you could create a new award for service in your community, what would it be for and what would it be called? And we're going to ask District 26 Club Growth Director, Anup Kumar. And it's in the chat box, the question.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. If I had to create, let me understand the question first. If you had to create a new award, what that would be in Toastmasters? That award would be inspiration. Someone who inspires and can lift people up. For them, I would create an award. It takes a lot, right? It takes a lot for a leader to persistently inspire people. Like Letitia mentioned, it's easier to take care of manage numbers than manage people. And we could all get a little more help in terms of inspiration as we move in our journey in Toastmasters, and not only in Toastmasters, also outside Toastmasters. So since we have an international director here, let's ask him if we can have a medal for inspiration going forward in the international conferences in Vancouver next year. Let's do that. And I hope to see a lot of folks from here, world travelers out here. I'm seeing, this is the first time I've seen anything like this in terms of a meeting. Some of you probably should hold that inspirational award next year in Vancouver. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much. Deeply appreciate it. I haven't been to as many conventions as other people have. I've only been to, I think, 5, maybe 6. Of course, a couple of those were online. I put in the chat box the next question I want to ask. The convention, well, brings together people from all over the world, of course. And I'm going to ask someone to tell us about a time that you connected with someone from a different background than your own. Yusuf Chandra, that question is for you. Yusuf, he's sleeping. Okay, that's all right. All right, well, we're going to go to District 80. Ibrahim, or Cheng San, tell us, when's the time you connect with someone from a different culture, different language, different country? How did that go?
I think it's something that I would love to do because sometimes we are too cooped up inside our own house. that we fail to understand that by being able to be able to get connected with people from other parts of the world, I think that will enhance our Nobel Prize capability. And therefore, in doing so, we should be able to create an environment where many Toastmasters can come together so that we are able to learn the culture as well as the different experiences that are around us. One can only understand that by being able to mingle with Toastmasters from other cultures, our worldview shall be increased. We know the differences that are around us, and I think that could lead us to share with our fellow Toastmasters within our own district the wonderful ideas that people have around us, and for us not to be limited by self-belief. In other words, in order for us to come together, as you can see behind me, D80 Stronger Together, it does not only apply to the district, it applies to connecting all the districts in this world. And as such, with that, we are able to come together as a whole world family. And this will allow us to have the peace that we want amongst us. Back to you.
Thank you so much for that and keeping us persistent in our thinking. And that's so important. Table topics is good because it keeps us on the edge of our seat. It's more exciting when you don't know if you're going to be called upon or not. That's when you really grow. Well, those of us that went to the convention or at least maybe heard it online, remember the keynote speaker, Ann Bonny. Ann Bonny was pretty amazing. And the title of her speech was called Ignite Your Next Move. Ignite your next move. And courageously dancing into your future. So, very interesting. We want to know who's ready to dance into their future. I'm going to call upon Andrew Glasgow. Describe a moment, Andrew, when you took a moment of change in your life, when you felt you had to dance in the future of discomfort. In the chat box, in the dance in discomfort. How persistent were you, Andrew?
I'm a pretty persistent person. Anybody that knows me, I'm like a dog with a bone. I take with it and I run with it. Let me tell you my latest persistent thing that's going on in my life. And it's happening here in Glasgow. Toastmasters is going to grow. And we're going to grow it on the west of Scotland. And my target is an airport called Prestwick, first famed for the first flights going back to 1913. But I didn't know that Glasgow, or particularly Prestwick Airport, is now the centre of aviation. We have all the main players, all the main aircraft companies are now based out of Prestwick. And our latest acquisition is a company called Air Alice, who are actually going to manufacture brand new trainer jet fighter planes to replace the Red Arrows. I thought Prestwick was just this little sleepy old village with perhaps a few hundred people in the area. Try 4,500 with another 2,000 jobs online. They don't know it yet, but they're going to get a Toastmasters Club. And you know why? Because I'm going to be persistent and I'm going to lead the charge. Don't challenge me, because I'll always take you up on your challenge and I will always try and deliver. Back to you.
Good answer, Andrew. I love it. I love it. Really, really good answer there. All right. Now we all know the convention is always about entering a new era for our organization. And we have a huge organization. We're 150 countries plus. And up or down, it depends on, a lot of things happen in our lives, but our plan is always to grow bigger and bigger. But we want to know, this is interesting. Charlene Pua, this one's for you. What is one personal habit you want to leave behind in the old era of your life? And what new one will you adopt in the future? The new era, it's kind of like a new life at convention.
Here, should Kung Chang go first? I believe she
Joseph,
raised her
I
hand
think
earlier than me.
Kun Cheng and Charlene has put up the hand.
I called on Charlene.
Oh, Charlene, you go
Oh, okay,
first,
no
then Kun
worries.
Cheng
I'll
can
just
follow.
take that one then to facilitate the flow of the meeting. All good, all good.
You want me to give the question to someone else?
Sorry, Joseph, I think Charlene can go.
Okay, no worries. I'll begin.
There you go.
It's all good. Regarding the Toastmasters convention, I admit that I've never been to a convention before. And in fact, this is something that I would really like to do. But with regards to my personal life, I think one habit that I really would like to put behind in this old era of being Charlene, particularly since I just hit my mid-20s, literally earlier this week, is overthinking. Now, overthinking and having imposter syndrome isn't something that is new to anyone. I believe that many people on the globe, on this planet, overthink. Even someone who might be at the very high up of their career or someone who seems to have all the wealth in the world, they might overthink and feel my ability is not good enough. What if I'm not catching up with other people? And while I do know that overthinking is something that is easier said than done, I feel that this is something that I want to overcome. If you overthink, you keep thinking about the what ifs. You keep thinking about the possibilities. You keep thinking that everything is going to mess up and that people are staring at you and looking at you and judging you. When in reality, people are just too concerned about themselves. People are concerned about how they are coming across to others, ironically. And I sometimes look back, I could have spent that time in a much more productive way, using that time to explore the boundaries, using that time to push through what I perceived that I could not do. My goodness, I would have been able to achieve a lot more in my early 20s. But having said that, there's never too late to change. And now that I'm heading into my mid-20s, which I believe still in the prime of my life, I would like to stop overthinking and start doing. Thank you, and back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much for that, Charlene. I so badly, many of us could agree, wish we would have started this journey in our early 20s, even our 30s. It was late 40s when I even heard of Toastmasters. Very interesting. All right, I know we're about out of time. I want to ask one more really quick question. I want to be consistent about it. I don't know if you see the conference or not, but our Golden Gavel Award recipient, Matt Abrams, he focuses on spontaneous speaking, like table topics, for instance. So this was for you, Kung Chang. Kung Chang, what one piece of advice would you give to someone who wants to get better at thinking on their feet?
Hi, thank you. Recently, I have been listening to this podcast, and then I can't remember the speaker, but one thing he said really echoed with me is stage time. We all know the main reason why most of us are here because we want to be a better speaker. But sometimes we still see a lot of members when they're coming to the meetings. When you look at them, when you're the table topic master, you give the opportunity to them, they are still like look away, look down, or even like this. I was like that for many years, probably not in the Toastmaster meeting, but in my life. I always look away when the opportunity presents. So after when I listened to this podcast, he said, you need to accumulate stage time. Never say no to speech opportunity. That's why I put on my hand. The only way that you can get better is by speaking more. Doesn't matter. Today, maybe I'm tired. I'm just talking something I feel so embarrassed about. What's going to happen? Nothing. You still get positive feedback from all your fellow Toastmasters. The worst case is that you regret. Why didn't I say something? So my message to everyone is just put up your hands, just say it, Just remember, it's always better to say it than not to say it. Back to you, table topic masters.
Thank you so much for answering, Kung Che. That was fantastic. All right. Well, thank all of you for participating today. We had 5 or 6 of us. It
Yeah.
was great, and hopefully you enjoyed the convention. If not, we'll see you in Vancouver next year. All right, back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Joseph, thank you very much. Those are very meaningful questions that you have set up in line with what the takeaway from the convention. Thank you to all the table topic speaker. And now, do we take a group picture? So let's do a group picture before we move on to the evaluation section. Everybody, if you would like to turn on your camera. We have 40 people here today. Yeah. Okay. Oops. Sorry. All right. Ready? Tamami, are you there?
I got it.
Okay. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. One more. Okay. Let's do a freestyle one. Everybody. Yes. Give me a
Style.
thumbs up. Yeah. Ready?
Yay.
Yeah. 3, 2,
Yes.
1.
Got it.
Okay. Good.
And
Thank you
click
very
your
much.
hearts.
And
Click your
and now
Will you
I
please
would.
click the heart and react?
Sorry, Phoebe, you got some.
Kindly click the heart in the react.
Oh, okay. Everybody click the heart.
Every
Let me take a picture. Click the heart in the react. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
you.
So now I will hand the virtual podium to our general evaluator, Melton, to take over the evaluation sections. Melton, over to you.
Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. What an amazing meeting. Congratulations, everyone. Now, I want to kindly invite Ada Jidado Nakiyaya Bokum DTM to give an evaluation Esin Eldelekli speech. Big applause, please.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. First of all, I want to congratulate Esin for her speech. I really appreciate your introduction, and you are really doing your presentation. You share your experience authentically, and the structure of your message was very well, and I really appreciate it. Also about your posture, you deliver your message and you are stand up. That is good for a speech. And I want to add some things about your camera. You have to adjust your camera to have full screen. Let me share just to explain what I want to say. Because it's a good posture, but you need to fix a little bit your camera to allow us to appreciate well your gesture and have more impact during your speech. Your voice was really clear and your message was also clear. But to impact more, I want to invite you to emphasize the key point, and with a bit more volume, you can add more impact for your message and your audience. The topic of your message was really relevant and interesting for us. And also you respect the time allotted for your speech. It's really a good way. I also really enjoyed the lesson you share from your experience. Esin, I really appreciate the topic, your gesture, your posture, and I want to say you great job and best of luck with your continued journey in Pathways. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Dear DTM Ada, very constructive feedback. Thank you so much. Vocal variety, eye contact was very good. Congratulations. Our second evaluator from Anatolia Toastmasters Club President Arkbold Sibanda. He will evaluate Latita Bargimba Dilio. Stage is yours. Big applause.
Hello. Thank you so much, General Evaluator Meltem. Letitia, I want to begin by congratulating you on a successful delivery of a speech. And I want to take this moment to maybe many of you know what the purpose of an icebreaker is. So I'm just going to read here from the evaluation form for you to understand the amazing job that Letitia did. So the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. In my own view, I think Letitia did a stellar job to give us a backstory of how she has come to be in the United States and also a background of the life in Burkina Faso, right? But above all, what really struck it for me is Letitia did not just give us a backstory of her life. Letitia also gave us a lot of things to take away from in her speech. She gave us a quote by Bradley Beal that ambition is not the vehicle. It does not only take you to success, but persistence is the vehicle that brings you there. Referring to the word of the day, not many of us are able to use it in our prepared speeches. So I want to commend Letitia for her flexibility in also using the word of the day in her icebreaker speech. Furthermore, I couldn't help but notice you have an accent, Letitia. Clearly, English is not your first language. And I know how hard that can be, coming forward and presenting in a language that is not naturally yours. And I want to congratulate you further and appreciate you for the courage and the persistence that you have in trying to be heard. I want to congratulate you furthermore, not only on the courage, but also on the grasp that you have on the English language, of knowing when to use the words and which ones to place to further amplify your message. You did a great job in giving us the background story. You also did a great job in telling us your vision, the things that you expect from Toastmasters. And that is synonym or symbolic of what a good future communicator and leader is. And just to remind the audience, one of the greatest quotes that I had in this speech was that I do not want to only occupy cubicles, but I want to occupy big stages. And with this, I wish you all the best, Letitia, on your Toastmasters journey, and welcome to Toastmasters. I'm sure that you're going to be of great assistance and help to your club. And with this, I thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Arkbold Sibanda. Very constructive evaluation, very helpful. Thank you so much. Now, I want to kindly invite David Craigin, DTM, to evaluate Parameswari Ramanathan. Stage is yours. Big
Fellow Toastmasters, Parames is an experienced, powerful speaker, and her message was really valuable to all of us, that evaluations are the heart of Toastmasters. Letitia discussed the challenge of managing people, and the evaluation skills Parames discussed are really important for managing people. I know personally because when I left my last company, one of my employees said I was the best boss ever. And my current team really get excited when I give them feedback, not just what they did well, but how they could improve. And using what Paramis said, that when you give praise, you use you. When you give constructive feedback, you use the word I. So it's a really important message that she gave to us, and she gave it in a very structured and clear, understandable way. Now, you see someone like Parames, you think, how could she get better? Well, a couple things. One, I think the fact that she was sitting down isn't a problem. I'd say 95% of the talks I give at work, I'm sitting down. So practicing giving speeches sitting down is fine. A small thing for online meetings, if you're using PowerPoint, it's more powerful to begin your speech talking, then open up your PowerPoints. And before you close your speech, close your PowerPoints and show yourself again. That full image of you just adds power and strength to your talk. But overall, excellent talk. It's a pleasure to evaluate you. Back to our master of evaluation.
Thank you, David, Craig, and Etienne. Very constructive evaluation. Now we will invite Anatolia Toastmasters. I want to firstly welcome Hülya Kurt and congratulations. She is achieved the Distinguished Toastmasters Award. Welcome, Hülya, to evaluate table topic session. Stage is yours. Big applause, please.
Thank you so much, dear General Evaluator, and it was a pleasure to be part of this wonderful Toastmasters session of World Travelers. I didn't even know that you exist, so for me that was a wonderful discovery. Coming to the table topics, I must say our table topics masters was amazing. He chose so diverse and different, challenging questions to everyone. And that has sparked new ideas. Like the first one, what kind of different award can be given? I was like, what can we think of? However, I heard from Anup that he had a great idea. What about an inspirational award? That was really enlightening, and I loved it to the bits. With Anup, I would say he used the word of the day. I noticed that. And for a bit improvement, what I would suggest using a bit more vocal variety. That would have made his speech even more powerful. Moving to Ibrahim, I'm going around the clock. Interesting about networking, right? The question was about how to get out of the silo in a convention, because we love to hang in with who? With our tribe. That's natural. This is what we do all the time. We love our tribe. However, what it would give us as net worth is more than only hanging in with the tribe. So Ibrahim was also very spot on with his observation and good suggestions coming out of this. I must say, here again, a bit more vocal variety could be good, and also a bit more, because in the beginning, I thought it was almost finished, and then he continued. The pause was great, impactful, but a bit more continuity would be great. For Andrew, persistent was used as well, and it was about his being in Glasgow and thinking it's really boring. Suddenly it opened up to airports and air travels and you name it, really relatable to World Travelers. So I loved his speech, how he had vocal variety, how he actually combined his personal story, his inspiration. So well done for that. And coming to the next, we had Charlene, again, overthinking imposter syndrome, doing rather than overthinking, coming from a young traveler was really inspiring as well. I loved the speech there, gave us again inspiration, a bit more vocal variety, maybe would be very useful, but this is not the evaluation of the table topics as such. As a session, it was really great. And coming to the last speaker, again, stage time, taking the opportunity to not shy away and walk away, but actually taking it, doing it, and being on stage. And that was a powerful message as well. Did I hear any persistent word? I didn't, but we will hear from the AHA counter and the word of the day. But thank you so much for everyone and for the Table Topics Masters. It was brilliant, really relatable, really diverse, really stimulating, and thank you for this inspiring and persistent, ongoing Table Topics Master session. So over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Hülya Kurt, for successful table topic session evaluation. I know World Travelers Club since the first day. I want to congratulate all the club sponsors, mentors, club members since the first day because they are persistent about service, excellence, and quality. Now, I am very lucky. I have grammarian, accountant, timer in my team. First, I want to invite grammarian report, our region advisor, Zilva Boaz, DTM. Stage is yours. Big applause.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. So I have several notes here, my hands, that I found out only few grammatical errors or actually just suggestion. For instance, when you're asking which city is the capital city, probably should be what is the capital city of blah, blah, blah. Or when you make a sentence, when I made a successful presentation, the sentence is not wrong at all. It is correct. But would be better if we put it this way, like when I give a successful presentation or when I do a successful presentation. And so many beautiful phrases that I noted down. First of all, from our very own keynote speaker, past international president Dilip, he mentioned that Toastmasters is about growing and developing ourselves and others. And also the second one, he mentioned that volunteers got paid by recognition. And then from each speaker, the first speaker from Esin mentioned that each failure builds a ladder to a step of success. Very good one. And speaker two, Letitia, I took several beautiful phrases. The first one is persistence is the arrival call to success. And the second one, I know how it feels to be small, where your accents make you look less intelligent. And the third one, it's a little bit funny. Is it due diligence or do dishes? I found it very astonishing. And the second speaker, distinguished Toastmasters Paramesh, provide the points of improvements for the speaker by keeping the evaluator's mantra in mind. And the second one, she mentioned, very beautiful one, motivation makes the speaker wants to come back persistently. Thank you so much for that. And then from several table topics participants, Ibrahim mentioning that by mingle with people, other culture, our worldview becomes broader. And then Charlene, she mentioned, never too late to change. Stop overthinking and start doing. Very powerful and beautiful phrase. And then the final one, Kun Cheng, she mentioned, never say no to speech opportunity. Very encouraging. That to be all from me. Thank you so very much. I give the control back to our Madam General Evaluator.
Congratulations, Zilva Boaz, DTM. Thank you so much. Now, I want to kindly invite our accountant, Tamami Nagayama from World Travelers Club. Stage is yours. Big applause, please.
Thank you. As our calendar report, everyone did great job. I heard barely no, if I was the one to use right now, but I heard barely none of filler words from you today. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you, dear President Tamami Nagayama, for your report. And timer. Now, timer, the best. Diane, stage is yours, please. Big applause.
Thank you so much, our General Evaluator. For the detail, I have shared my report on the chat box. Most speakers manage their time well. However, some speakers slightly under time, and some slightly over time. But congratulations to all the players, because most of you stay within your speaking time. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Diane, for amazing report. My special thanks to each one of you. It is fabulous meeting. Not only starting, also preparation period was excellent. Although we are different two countries, we feel that we are at home. Whenever I joined World Travelers Club, I feel like I am home. Congratulations, everyone. My special thanks to past international president Dilip Abayasekara, DTM. It was amazing and inspiring presentation. When we start the meeting, we start on time, warmly welcomed by Ramesh, and opening was very successful by our president. Toastmasters of the day, Kim Long, was amazing. I love her presentation. She showed us a big picture about big picture, and also she shared club mission, and she felt every word from her heart, and she also gave us information about 101st birthday in October. Congratulations, all role holders, speakers, evaluators, all of them amazing. If I am a guest, I would like to be a member of both clubs. Congratulations one more time. Agenda sent many times from the chat box. It was very important. What can be improved? Maybe we can show the agenda, because Richard, past international president, always suggests us show the agenda on the screen. Maybe I am guest, maybe I cannot open the chat box. So showing the chat box would be great, the agenda. Maybe mentioning the executive committee members at the beginning or at the end of the meeting would be helpful for guests to inform about them. Maybe we can ask the guests who are guests, they can use chat box, where are they joining from club meeting, because we are maybe more than 55 plus people at the beginning of the speech. It is amazing. So at the end of the meeting, maybe we can ask one or two guests, how did you find our meeting? It was very engagement. It was very successful meeting. And I always check the agenda and the times. We are almost agenda. We are very respectful to agenda timing. So I really congratulate each one of you. Evaluators, table topics, all speakers. It is amazing meeting. So I want to congratulate each one of you before the preparation, during the preparation. Please accept my gratitude on behalf of Anatolia Toastmasters. Over to you, dear Toastmasters of the evening. Kim Law, stage is yours. Big applause, please.
Meltem, thank you very much for handling the evaluation segment brilliantly. And our World Travelers Club doors are open to you and all your members in Anatolia. Do come and join us. Yeah. So now we're coming towards the end of our meeting, and I would like to invite Archibald Sibanda, President of Anatolia Toastmaster Club Turkey, to give the closing. Archibald, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening. You did a fantastic job in just pulling this together. I want to first of all thank everybody that has been putting in the work, because the preparation of this meeting actually started 2 weeks ago, and I've just been seeing messages flying back and forth. So I want to personally and individually congratulate all of the role holders who made this meeting a success, and all of the people that have allowed us to have this wonderful meeting here. And thank you so much for the invitation from World Travelers Toastmasters. It's always an honor, and we are always happy for your next events that you may organize. As Anatolia Toastmasters will be there, and also we're going to be inviting some of your members to join us in some of the events that we're going to do. So thank you so much for your openness and willingness to work and bringing this together. Furthermore, I would just like to thank everybody else for joining even as guests. There are some people who have been invited as guests, some people who have taken certain roles on short notice, and thank you so much for your support. So let me just make a reminder to all Toastmasters in general that it is subscription time. So don't forget to hand in your subscriptions to renew your subscriptions and continue your membership. And if we have any club leaders, submit your club success plans, because it's very important. So with this, I hand back over to the club president of WTC, or I don't know. Thank you.
Tomami, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Anatolia Club members and all the guests who came to join us to today's meeting. I'm very honored and hope we could one day meet in person. Thank you very much. Shall we take picture?
took photos. We took photos already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody likes to give some feedback or
I just added one thing in the chat. Maybe ask all people to put along with their regions, and put their country in the name. So it's easy to see, because you're world travelers, right? Everywhere. You're people from all over the world.
good idea, Kumar. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, would be interesting to find how many countries is here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, if we do not have anybody else would like to do some airtime feedback? If not, World Travelers Club at Anatolia is going to say good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done, all the speakers. Well done.
Bye-bye. Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you,
Bye.
David.
And share all these very fun back again. So we do have our second speaker, Michelle Queen.
Okay. All right. Good job, Phoebe. Well done.
Yes.
Well done, and
Good
everybody.
job.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank
Great.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phoebe.
Thank
you so
Phoebe for really good meeting.
But
So,
Letitia, I love your speech.
We should probably stop the
Icebreaker.
recording. Eliza, do you want to stop the recording? I can't
Yeah.
seem to stop it.
Yeah.
wow, so inspirational. Everyone really did a good job. Thank you so
It
much.
is.
Thank you, everyone. Remember, we still have an EXCO meeting.
Yeah, I was going to just say that.
Okay, in that case, I'll say good night then. Happy EXCO
Bye.
meeting.
Okay, great job on
Oh,
Toastmaster of the Day. The presentation were fabulous in the opening.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Tamami. Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
good night, everyone.
I'll also say good
Bye.
night. Sorry to come in late, but great meeting.
Yeah,
Bye.
there.
Hi.
Hi, Faraz. We'll talk to you.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you.
Well, someone is coming in.
Well, there's no point, is there? We're finishing now, isn't it? When is the EXCO meeting, Tamami?
Oh, right now.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just wait a few minutes
So,
for.
Elias, you can probably just drop off now. Good to see you today, young man. And Yusuf, you can drop off as well, isn't it?
Okay.
Thank you for
Speak soon.
coming, Elias.
Thank you. I was waiting for me to give a speech to be the first one in the meeting, but it didn't happen. No problem. Okay.
Sorry about that.
But it was really good.
Thank you.
I appreciate everything what has been done for us. It was my first time to see such an event. It was really nice.
Thank you. You said
You're
you're
welcome.
from Istanbul, right?
Yeah, I'm from Istanbul. I live in Istanbul. I'm a math teacher with my PhD, and I'm a polyglot as well. I can speak 10 languages.
Whoa.
Thank you. I can speak some Japanese, but
Oh,